Hello everybody, my name's Ryan and I'm a driving instructor, and today, signalling. Signalling. What's all that about? Well, before I go any further, like, comment and subscribe. So signalling, what's all that about? Well, I got asked a question, do I need to signal? And the answer is yes, and that's the end of the video. Oh, we want a bit more, don't we? Actually, the answer isn't yes at all. Actually, the answer is so mixed up and messed up that it took me quite a long time to work out what it was. Even as a driving instructor, I still looked up some information and went back to the book. But first of all, let's define what a signal is. I know it's indicators, or yeah, it's brakes as well, or if you flash your lights, or sound your horn, or wave your hands, I think, is that right? Yes, it's all those things, really, yeah. But then, when we say about signalling, what is it accompanied by? And this is where the book comes in. So the book refers to using your mirrors. Now, when do we use our mirrors? So we should, according to the book, you should always use your mirrors in good time, well before you approach a hazard. So that then comes in hazards and passive hazards. A passive hazard being something that is already there, a bend in the road, maybe a parked car that's in the distance, things like that. A passive hazard. So we're planning ahead for a passive hazard. We're anticipating what we are going to do in our mirror signal position speed and look at what we're going to do before we get there. A passive hazard could also be something that we are going to overtake. So, use your mirrors in good time, well before you approach the hazard. Slow down, change lane, or begin any manoeuvre. This is what the book's saying. Begin your mirror signal manoeuvre routine early. So if you see a bicycle up ahead and you know you're going to move, then do it early or do it appropriately. You should always use your mirrors before moving off, signalling, change direction or lane, turning left, turning right, overtaking, entering or leaving a roundabout, slowing down or stopping, opening your car door. So if you should use your mirrors then you should definitely follow that with a signal. A signal, of course, when you approach a roundabout, if you're going straight on, would be your brake lights, like he's just said. How close is the traffic behind you? How fast is it moving, and what is it doing can influence when you are going to signal. Should we signal around cyclists? This is where planning comes in. Where it's a passive hazard and you're moving around objects, then probably not. You wouldn't signal around parked cars, but you might signal around a bus that stopped at a bus stop because it'd be appropriate. If it's an active hazard, you're going to slow down, swerve or stop. As a result of that, you probably don't have time to check your mirrors. Therefore, you definitely don't have time to signal because you'll have done it in the wrong order. But actually, your brake lights, so that slow down effect, is also your signal. So, when we go on about signalling, then, as per the book, if it is safe and necessary and it is not misleading, if you have a turn on the right and you're going to go around a cyclist and you've got a right hand signal on, somebody could turn. Also, somebody could come out the junction. So it's whether it's misleading or not. Should I put a signal on? Probably. Should I put a signal on going into a car parking space? If it's busy, yeah. If it's not busy and there's nobody about, probably not. If you haven't looked, then how can you signal? Because it's mirror signal. One other thing, if you're going to overtake anything, and you've got a car with lane assist, active lane assist, or they call it driver assistance and other cars. If you've got that, then it may stop you going over the white line in the middle of the road. All I'll say is that if you've got a white line in the middle of the road that you need to cross to alter your road position, then you should probably put a signal on. But then you probably wouldn't signal for a very passive hazard like a parked car, because you'll be signalling forever. In the book it goes on not just about mirrors and signalling, and it also kind of says that you should follow your routine of, in addition to that, position, speed and look. And in that routine, consider whether a signal is necessary. If it is, signal your intention to change course, slow down clearly in good time. So that's all it's about. It's about a decent amount of planning. Should I signal, or shouldn't I signal around a parked car? No, because it's parked, because it's a very passive hazard, something you should have been dealing with. If you've got then meet and greet situations, that's a whole different story, probably one for a different video. Even potentially talking about planning and anticipation. Probably talking about planning and anticipation, we probably could do a whole video on that. There's lots of reasons why we would and we wouldn't. The only real way of doing this is by going out and practicing and watching videos about should I signal or not, like this one, probably doesn't help in the real world. It's just a guide. Otherwise you end up signalling absolutely everywhere. Sometimes you see people that are coming into roundabouts, they're going straight on the signal to the right because they do. Nobody's ever taught them to do that. No instructors anywhere, no book has ever told them to do that. It's just something they've done. There's no way anybody's taught them to do that. You don't signal right on a roundabout unless you're turning right. Yeah, I've had people that have signalled in a straight line and haven't gone anywhere. People signal for all sorts of different reasons, and it's interpretation of that signal that's important, and the only way you learn that is through practice. If you like what you saw today, like, comment, subscribe. Subscribing is free, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.